Hello everyone, welcome. Ishani here. This is a recording of my recent Altenew Educators workshop where I had the pleasure of crafting a gorgeous geode with wonderful participants from around the world, perfect for upcoming Father's Day. Since many of you couldn't attend live, I wanted to share the class here on YouTube. Please note that this is a live workshop recording, so the audio isn't perfect, but I hope you'll still enjoy and learn from it. Feel free to watch at a faster speed if you'd like. And if you'd like to join me for a future workshop, you will find the details and the registration links in the comments below. Geode-inspired watercoloring. It is nothing. It is when you will make it, you will feel, why did you even join this class? You could have done it yourself. But anyway, I'm so glad you all joined. I am happy to see all of you. And so let's talk about what we need. There's one thing which I may have missed writing is a pencil. We need a pencil because we'll draw our geode first before we start watercoloring. So while we just do some introduction and talking about the salts, you can grab your pencil also and maybe an eraser. Because I need an eraser. I am not very good with pencils. I do many mistakes. So we need two kinds of salts for this. So if you notice on this card, so in a geode, you have those crystals. So this is what I have tried to mimic with the salt. When we apply salt on wet paint, it will give us such texture.
Excuse me, Ashani.
Yes.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. Can you highlight your desk, please?
Is it?
It is. It is. It's highlighted for me. It is for me.
I'm just saying her face. Okay, I'll put it myself. That's okay.
Can you, if you go to,
I'll just replace the pen. It's okay.
All right. Okay.
I was afraid it was for everyone. Sorry. I don't know why. So pretty.
Thank you, Tracy. So we need two kinds of salt. So this texture which we've got for this lighter blue is with a finer salt. So this is I don't know what nomenclature you have for such salt. This is a normal table salt with iodine in it. I don't know if iodine does any effect with watercolors or there's a chemical reaction with iodine and water. But I am using this iodide salt, table salt. And this one, which is coarse one, I think, yes, the last time somebody called it kosher salt also. I'm not sure. But this, we call it sea salt, but we want some grainy textured salt. So this texture on our paper is with this coarse salt. So these are the two types of salts that we need. And you can decorate it with any sentiment you want. I have used this for you. And this is what I said, that you can die cut this sentiment and we can later on add it on a card. Or maybe you can just make your geodes and frame it for your wall. So let's go ahead and start with our watercoloring. So if you are a true watercolor artist, you would like to put tape around your watercolor paper and put it on a surface. But I'm not a watercolor artist. I'm somebody who's just looking for quick ways to make cards and use my supplies in different ways. So I will not do all those shenanigans. I am not going to. I mean, you can do it. I'm sure if Jen knows so much about watercoloring, I'm sure she would want to stick down her paper to get the good effects. If it is you, this is how you want to do it, you can please go ahead. And before we do our watercoloring, you may be using different colors. Let us just quickly swatch all the colors that we want to use for our. Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah. Ladies, you can please unmute yourself and ask questions. I would not be able to look at the chat. But yes, we will use you can use any sign. It is okay. I mean, last time also somebody asked me and then I looked at this card and I'm like, yeah, this is the smooth surface of the cold press paper that we are using. So I am going to use 300 GSM cold press paper and we'll use the smoother side for painting. But before we paint, I want you to swatch the colors you want to use for your geode. Maybe you want to make a purple geode or a pink geode or the blues or the teals. When we have the colors ready as just sampling your colors, it will help us create just 2 or 3 colors will make beautiful geode. So geode is a rock. When you cut open the rock, you find crystals in it. And most of the crystals are because of some chemical reaction and some salts in the mineral inside the rock. So mostly it is of the same color family. It is not very common to find various colors in one geode. But this is just card making. This is just watercolor and paper. So if you want to make a rainbow geode, please go ahead. But what I want to do is just swatch my colors before I start coloring. So I put my card here so that you can see. And if you want to just use the same colors like I have done, you can do the same. But please go ahead and use some others. One more thing. I am using the 24 pan set by Altenew. For my last workshop, I have used the warmer colors. And for this class, we are using these cooler colors. And if you're using any other watercolor palette, you may have some beautiful pinks that you would want to make for geode or beautiful purples. This palette has very limited purple. It's just one, maybe cherry blossom and shade of purple can just give you 2, 3 types of purples. But the blues here in this palette are beautiful, and that is the reason I've chosen the blues from this palette, and my geode is also blue. But if your set of colors has beautiful purples, 3, 4 types of purples, or different teals, maybe you can make just a teal geode, or a purple geode, or magenta and pink geode. So look at your palette, your colors. But if you have 4 colors which are similar to each other in the similar family, you can go ahead and make that color geode. The principles are quite similar. What I'm going to do, you can do the same with other colors as well. So just for, if in case you want to use a different color, what we have done is the center of a geode, you can also probably just, if you want to try a different color, maybe on your phone, you can Google a geode of different color, and you will notice that most of the geodes have a darker core, and then it lightens. And outside, it is a different color. The rock, so this gray here, this black here is actually the rock outside. So what we will do is we will go darker and then lighter outside. So in case you're using purples, you can do darker purple here and then go lighter outside. And if you're doing some teal, you can go darker teal and lighter teals outside. In this geode here, we have blues and teals both. So I'm just talking about this in case you want to use another palette, another color for your geode. So we can start with wetting our paints. Spray some water on your paints. And for the swatch, whatever color you are thinking you will use, you can just bring it on a small watercolor paper, maybe a scrap paper that you have, just for understanding how this color will behave and how we would color with it. Because I have mixed my colors. So this here that I have put is my cool summer, and then this is my seashore. And for the core of my geode, I have mixed both these colors to get a darker color. So this is cool summer, and this is seashore. And then I have this crystal water. That lapis lazuli, though I've not added it on my painting here. See. So this is just for our reference because we want to. Now after this, you will not even need me. Now you can just look at your colors, how they are and how they're behaving, and how we can go from dark to light outside. So let's start with our watercolor paper. I am not using an A2 size. I have taken a bigger one because I think I can frame this. Now that I have some, there was a good, good result for this. What I'm going to do is also you can just make one geode as well. You can just draw one geode on your paper and make that a card. What I have done is I've created two halves at both the corners. So it is up to you. You just take a pencil and, you know, with unevenness, like it doesn't have to be very even. It is a rock formation. It will not be even. But we want to create a border because so that we are inside this pencil marking when we are coloring. So I have first, second, and this one is a little oval geode. So I have done 4 of these markings. You can do a lighter, smaller one up or above also to mark the end of your geode. And the same thing can be done the other side. And so this, because this was an oval one, and it is what I wanted to show was this is an open geode. So half of it is open here and the other half is this side. So this one also is an elongated oval shape. Because what I want to show is what is here will be here. It is part of the same geode. And we'll do the same thing at both the ends. Same colors will be used. And if your pencil marking is a little darker, just with an eraser, you can rub off a bit. So through the watercolor, it is not much visible, but you know that there is a line. I could have gone lighter also. Okay. So what we're going to first do is you can add crystal at any of the layers. It doesn't have to be the layer that I am adding my salt crystals to. You can add your salt crystals to any layer. But mostly, because why I did was because this part was a thicker part, and when you start spreading your salt, you would want more area. So that was the reason. And probably this time I can add salt at all the areas. So we will start with wetting our watercolor paper. And let me start with the innermost corner, which is the darkest of my geode. I'll just wet this cardstock area where I have the innermost part of my geode. And for this inner part, I used seashore and cool summer both. So you can first put in a layer of cool summer or seashore, any of this. And if you feel no, it's not dark enough, you can add another layer. Or you can also mix both the colors and add. So this is my seashore first. When you have a darker core, the work of the salts will not be much visible because it is not going to lift up all the color. So the innermost area, even if you put salt on it, it may not be very visible. So next I get my cool summer, darker color. And you can try adding your salt here, but when you add salt, your surface has to be a bit wet. You cannot, when you put salt on a drier surface, that salt is not going to work. So once you're happy with the darkness or the depth of the color for the core of your geode, then you wet the surface and add salt on it. We'll do that for my inner core. And I'll show you that actually, even if you do it, it is not going to be visible much. I have colored, but it's good enough. This color is good enough. But I'm going to wet it a bit. And I will put my coarse salt on top. And now you don't move your salt or you don't move your paper, don't remove your salt now. We'll remove the salt after it has absorbed the water from the surface. Now, after this step, you can you can add water in your second layer, but like the two colors will mix, and it may look good and it may look like a good effect. But I will skip this because I have salt and it's still wet. I don't want to make it like mix everything. I want to have a lighter color here. So now I will take on the outer area. You have to wet your brush and apply water on your surface. And on the outer surface of your geode, like the line which you've drawn with your pencil, we'll add color at that area and let the color flow in. Because our surface is already wet, the color will fill in inside wherever there is water. Here I have the surface wet, and I'll take crystal water on my brush and just at the edges, I'll add this color. And wherever there is wetness, it will spread. And just let it be like this and let it dry. And as it's drying, we'll go to the other side of our geode, the other half, and do the same. So we skip one of the rings and come to the third ring. Wet it with water. My water is turned blue, but it's okay because we are using only blues this time. And I'll again bring in my cool crystal water and drop in crystal water at the outer edge and let it flow inside wherever the water is. It will create some blooms, and that is a good effect to have. So some of your color is going to seep inside. And you can get your heat tool and dry this layer. We will put our
What was your first lighter color?
the first lighter color. This is on the third ring is my first lighter color. Here I have used two colors, seashore and cool summer night. These are two dark colors which I have mixed for the core. And here is the crystal water.
It is crystal water. Okay, thank you.
And we will add the finer salt on this layer, but I need to intensify the color because as the watercolor dries, the intensity of the color will reduce. So with the heat tool, I'll try my ring. And I will do the same, what we did earlier. Wet that area. Wet this and bring in your cool crystal water again. And just bring in on the edges and let it bloom and spread how it wants to. And so this time, if you see here, some of the previous layer is not covered. So this will give a good effect. So as we dry the second layer, the third layer again, we will not cover it fully. Like I'll show you what I mean is when this is my dry first layer of watercolor. When I apply water on it now, I will not put water till the end. I'll let this area be what it was light earlier. So we have just second layer and only few like 1 millimeter of or 2 millimeters of water color is from the previous layer and not the new layer. And when we do it the third time, again, we will reduce the area of putting the water first. So we have in gradation, like you have lighter color, then a little darker, and then a darker most, and then we will put salt over it. And
Which kind of salt, Shani?
yeah, so after the third layer, we'll put the table salt, which is the finer salt. It depends on what you want. Like I want my coarse texture on the second ring, so that's why I'm saving that coarse salt for my second ring, and I'll some fine salt on the third. So third is the ring which we're doing right now. But before we add salt, we will add our water again to this third layer and add our. So this is just one swipe of water. We will let this area be without water, so the color doesn't come here, and then you have a gradation of. So the same color is getting darker and as we go to the edge of it.
Why did salt and not sugar? It'd be all over my room.
I think sugar absorbs water, but may not absorb it as well. We'll let this layer dry, and then we will add water on it, and then add salt. We'll let this third layer of our watercolor dry, and on my other half, same crystal water, just.
Oh, I don't know what I'm doing.
And this technique is so good, especially when you don't know what you're doing. It will still look like a rock.
How many of these have you made, Ashani?
Oh yes, because I wanted to do a purple geode initially. So I tried with cherry blossom and mixing with blues, but it did not. I had those rough geodes around, and then I realized, no, that's not looking nice. And then I came to blues. So, and even this blue is, I have it. I've been using it as a scrap watercolor paper, of course. I think 4-5 times I have it around. And next time I'm going to save everything. Yeah, okay. So this was my previous on 16th May workshop. This was one of the trials. So
Nice.
I used both the sides. When I wanted to do, every layer was dried. So this was one flop. Oh, flop piece. Oh, yeah. See, there's another flop piece. So there are many. So you will not get it good at the first time because, I mean, if you can get it good, I'm sure some of you will get it perfect the first time. But please don't beat yourself up if it is not great because what I'm teaching is also after 10 failed attempts.
Mm-hmm.
Well, some geodes are much prettier than other ones, so.
Right. That's true.
The beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder.
True
Okay,
that.
so
So does the
now
salt
that,
stay on your page, Ashani?
sorry?
Are you leaving the salt on your page?
Yes, so now I'm just going to add water on my on this third layer that we've done. And then add our salt and leave it. We will not remove it now. So this is the fine salt, and I am adding my fine salt over the water that I've just added.
Okay. Thank you.
And we'll do the same on the other side. I add just water, wet the surface. And add my fine salt over this. And we will not remove the salt which is on our paint now. But you may have got your salt all over your paper as well. So you can take a brush and brush it off. And because now this area of our third ring does not have much color, we can actually, there's a space of white. You can purposely, you can leave some space also in your geode, or like here, there is no space at all. So you can do anyway. You can leave some space, or you can just add the color and let it merge together. That also works. But we are not going to remove our salt now from any of our rings. Now, on 2 rings, we have salt. If you've added on your inner core as well. So now for the variation of the color, I will add cool summer for my second ring. And you can use any color. It just have to be similar to each other. Because we've used cool summer here inside the core. You can also use seashore because we have, if in case you use the same colors, you also use seashore. It is like gradually the color is changing. I'm sure there are people amongst us who've done chemistry in their graduations and masters and PhDs, and they would like there was this copper sulfate color that we would get in chemistry experiments. I think this was the copper sulfate. So I am now again wetting my second layer, and I am going to add cool summer night in this layer. And here also you can increase the intensity. You want to increase intensity of the color, you can add more color. But I will add my coarse salt in my first layer of cool starry night. It is a dark color anyway, and the darker it gets, the work of salt is not much visible. So with just one layer of my cool summer night, I will add my coarse salt on it. But you need to keep it wet. This area should be wet before when you add your salt. So add the color, as much color as you want in your first go itself, and add water and then add your salt. Add color, knowing that it is going to reduce anyway, because when it dries, the intensity of the color is going to reduce. So be mindful of that. The pigment can be more on your second layer because we will not try and add more color on it. After the first go, we will add our color, wet it, and maybe we have some deckled edges right now between the 2-3 layers. You can rotate your brush and give some deckled edges to your layer. And now I'm going to, on my wet paint, I am adding my coarse salt. and lightly rotate your geode and come to the other side to do the same for the second ring here. Again, I will add water, and since this layer is already dried, so I'll add some decal or zigzag brush strokes to give some fun edges to my layer of geode. Again, I get cool summer night and add it.
This would be something with watercolor brush markers. Wow. I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah, then it could, you would not even need so much of program in one go. You can do it.
So great.
A lot of paint and water on my second layer. And I'm putting my salts down.
Okay. I'm confused.
Please let me know if there is something that I can help you with. And maybe, you know, this is the time you're experimenting with it. You may not get that effect. I may also not get the same effect. Maybe, you know, because everything matters. Today I have air conditioning in my room. The day, a month back when I submitted this card, I was in the heat. There was no air conditioning in my room. So maybe it will also have an effect. The humidity, the temperature, how wet was your surface, how absorbent is your salt. Everything will have effect on how your geode will look. So don't think that, you know, it's not come the way others have got it, because we have, everybody's using a different salt, everybody's using different paper, the amount of water you have in your brush, everything will have effect on how your crystals will look. Okay, so now we will do our fourth layer. I have some salt which I can brush off. Not the stone layer, but the last of my layer of the geodes. Here also we'll do the same thing. We'll add, so this time what I'm going to do is, we'll add our water and we'll add two colors, one from the outer edge, one from the inner edge, and let it blend together. So here I have my water. And I will bring some teal from outside, add teal outside at the outer edge of this water line. And then bring deep blue from the inner edge of my water lines. So here, the two colors will blend in the middle. And let the white line be between these two, because the finer salt is around everywhere. And we'll do the same on this side. Add water. Bring one color on the outer edge and bring the other color on the other side, and let them blend in the middle. Outer edge here has my seashore. Edge has happening. And this time I'm just going to have these two layers, just one layer of color. This side needs some seashores. Seashore there. And then we'll just let this dry. And you can use your keys tool to speed up your drawing. If you want to add fine salt on it, you can do that as well. And for the outermost layer, which is the rock, I am using the scrubber brush, the small brush. The brushes that I'm using is number 6 brush from this artist watercolor formation set, and this is part of same set. Any small brush because we just want intense pigment on the outer side. And this is the time where you can add more zigzags and like texture of the rock. Like here I have here. This is like a lot of indentations, and you can do it now, and then you can even change your inside shell and make it look like it was all intentional. So I will, for this outer shell, I am using rock collection from my 24 fan set. First, I'll just with a wet brush and a lot of color, I will just go ahead and add the outer surface, sorry, outer layer of my geode. And with the scrubber, I'll pick up more pigment and fill inside. We will also use gold paint or metallic paints or any gold paint, acrylic paint also have between our rock layer and the geode colors. So you can leave that space as well in case you want to have very intense gold visible. Between the black and the green, you can leave it the white space, which you can color with gold. But it doesn't really matter much. Also, ladies, now that you are all doing this, I should also let you know that on my blog, I have this pop-up for anybody who wants to shop at Altenew, if you shop for $59, you get this Green Meadows Gradient Cardstock set free till 31st May. And there's a link in my blog, and I will put it on my Instagram stories as well and Facebook in case you would want to get this.
That's just through you, right?
Sorry?
That is just through you. If they go through you.
Yeah, this is just through me. Yes, this is just through me.
Sure.
Yeah, this is an Altenew ambassador. Altenew has given me this offer for my subscribers, my followers, and anybody I know and would want to shop. So this is free till 31st of May with $59 worth of supplies. But there's a link that you need to use when you open your Altenew account through that link. The add Green Meadows cardstock to your cart. Automatically a code will apply on your while you're checking out, and you will get this. The cost of this will be deducted, and this will become free. So I thought this is a good time because I have shared it yesterday. I don't think anybody has used it but I don't know. I mean, I think this is one of the most versatile cardstock sets, perfect for die cutting our leaves. And even if you don't want leaves, you can create backgrounds. So just an enabler alert. And so now my black is also dry. I'll just rub off the pencil markings because I've not followed the pencil markings properly. And we still do not take off the salt. We let the salt be as much as we can have it. So now let us add our metallic colors. I will add the gold from the metallic watercolor set by Altenew. So this gold is what I'm going to use for my geodes. And we will start with the outer layer just inside the rock. We will add our gold first.
Are you using the first gold or the second gold?
I'm using the first gold, a little antique-ish gold.
Yes, antique gold. Thank you.
And we will follow the inner line of our black rock. And you can add another layer of gold a little later when this is dried to intensify the gold pigment.
So pretty.
I can't wait to see all your geodes. This is going to be such an interesting, the after the class to see everybody's different geodes. Crystals that will. I'm going to add a little more of my board paint on both the sides. you
Yeah,
see,
poor
there's nothing
pizza.
in this workshop. It is so easy and it doesn't even have to be inside the lines.
Ishani, what was the color you used for the outer border?
So I used seashore coming from
Yeah,
outside, and there was deep blue sea from inside.
right, but the top, the outermost, the
The
brownish.
outermost is the black that you have, the rock collection in the 24 set.
Okay.
The darkest black.
Okay.
In this, when I letting this dry, let me also advertise my next class. So this is a card that is right now on Instagram for a read hop that Altenew educators are doing. This is with the one go friendship class set. And I have a reel where I've shown which colors I've used. But I love it when I can make many cards with just one set. So I have for my June 20th class, I have used the same set, and this is the card that we're going to make. And
So
on 4th
gorgeous.
July, thank you so much.
Stunning.
4th. So this is ink blending. The earlier was also ink blending. And these two are Copic coloring. Not Copic coloring, alcohol marker coloring. So how, you don't have to really use your stencils every time, and just some quick ink alcohol blending or also use your markers, create beautiful dimensions for your flowers as well. So this is my 4th of July class. In case you're interested, I would love you to join me. So this set will be 20% off also, but you need to be registered by like earliest, because as soon as I get the code, I will send it out. And so the code has a validity of 2 weeks. And in case you can get it during that time with the discount, that's good. And if not, it's okay. I mean, you don't even have to use the same set. You can use something else. It is just a way to enable people who would want to buy something from Continuum if they like the same stuff, then get it.
I emailed you this morning about signing up for the June 20th.
Is it Dawn?
No, I did too.
Oh, thank you so much. I have 2, 3. I created tag. There were 2, 3 participants. Thank you so much, ladies, for your interest.
Absolutely.
Somebody is reading, going through my blogs, or I mean, whenever you came across that. I'm glad
Yes,
that
it's on your blog.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, so now let's do our second layer. We'll not remove our salt, but it is almost dry. The finer salt will be between these two layers. It is, we still have place to go through with our brush. If in case you feel like there is a lot of salt and you cannot have your gold here, you can scrape off some of the salt to bring it outside, because whatever it had to do has probably it is done, especially the finer salt. And you can add your second layer of gold between any two layers of your geode. This is the one that I have chosen to add my gold to. Also, on the black layer, you can add the black outer layer of the stone, the rocks outside. You can add the gray metallic paint as well. That will add a different shimmer to your rock. I actually have added that shimmer here, just on the black paint. So you can do the same. And in case you're not using the same metallic watercolors like like I am, you don't even have to do that. But I think gray is one of the metallic watercolors that has not been used by me before this. At least my gray metallic paint is happy that it got lit. as this layer of gold is drying, I will go ahead and put some water on my gray metallic paint and bring in some sheen to my outer rock as well. After this layer of black, just on where the black was. It doesn't have to cover the whole black, just the closest to the gold.
What are you doing there? I'm sorry, I couldn't make it out.
So what I did was I have taken this gray metallic watercolor and we have this rock black, the rock collection black on the outer area of our geode. So just outside my gold, I'm bringing this metallic gray as well to bring the sheen of on my black rock. You don't have to do it. I'm just saying that because we have gray.
Say no to shimmer? Never.
Ishani, it's Ardith. My metallic watercolors must be older than yours because I don't have a gray.
Oh, it's okay, Ardith. I mean, Canadian rocks do not have that silver shine, I think. It's mostly the Indian rocks.
That gray is pretty. I probably need to get a new set, right?
And if you use a lot of metallic colors, you can go ahead and buy this.
I just wonder if they changed the lineup in it over the years because I've had mine for years and years. My golds are pretty much gone.
I have no black or gray in mine, and I have 2 sets.
Oh, okay. This is quite new actually.
But you were using green.
This is no, I'm not using. I'm using this next to the green one, this silverish.
Interesting.
So how many colors? These are 14 colors, I think. How many does your have, Pardon?
It has 14, but where yours has that gray, mine has like a pale blue.
There is one blue here as well, but
Yeah,
okay,
no, but yeah.
It's really a green. There's 3 greens on the end.
it is okay. I mean, it doesn't really matter. This is the first time this gray has been used by me, so that also was like, oh. Actually, now that I'm thinking, we can use all these blues and metallic, these mint, everything can be used for this geode.
I've been adding the metallic blues in.
Yeah. I think we can, I think I want to try it. If you don't mind, I'll just.
I'm with purple and magenta. That's what I've been doing.
Oh, you could do it that. That's nice. I think actually it doesn't create those blooms, but it just acts as a shimmer. Maybe zigzag addition of light blue will add some more interest to the geode.
I want to do one on black paper with grays and silvers and golds. That would be so pretty.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so now most of my color painting is done, and we can scrape off our salt. So for scraping off, you can take a scrap paper and something like a credit card or a flat surface, or maybe you have those spatulas which are the mixed media people use, and you can scrape off your salt.
Mine is still very wet. Should I air dry it or just
No,
let
let it dry. Let it dry because when it's dried, only then it will be even tough for you to take it off. And that is what we need.
And some colors,
So quick question, if you didn't get enough texture with the salt, can you re-wet it and reapply salt?
Yes, of course. Yes. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
It is But you need to scrape off all the salt which is there already.
Un-
Because otherwise
understand.
that is the one which will absorb all the water out.
Gotcha. Thank you.
I just dropped in the ink on top and that made it wet, so hopefully it'll still work.
Actually, my
Very
table
cool.
salt has done nothing. This light texture.
All right.
And it doesn't matter if the salt isn't working, the colors would look beautiful. So don't think much about not getting the good effects, the salt not working. I'm sure that just the circles, the blue circles or the purple circles that you're making, they're looking beautiful as it is. And if the salt did not work, put those metallic colors inside. No, actually, that makes me feel like, on my cool summer night, it's quite grayish blue. And if I add a bit of that metallic, gray, no, this is very okay.
And don't dip your brush in your salt.
I almost poured my Mountain Dew in my hand thinking it was the salt, so definitely don't do that. It's the same size.
And if you've got texture, don't put more water on it again, because this is what I did. I added that metallic thing, and I have some texture on the this dark blue area. And when I added water, I've actually dissolved the texture at this end. No, if you've got your texture, don't do anything else. Maybe at the places where you do not have those textures, like these areas, you can try that, adding metallic watercolor.
It's okay because real geodes, they're not exactly the same in each piece if it breaks.
So we add our sentiments and mount it on a cardstock, a base, and we have our card ready. And I can stop recording now, and we can see your work if you would like to share.
If you enjoyed this class, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing to my channel so you don't miss future tutorials and my workshops. You can also take a look at the participants' beautiful creations on my Instagram. I've shared many of them there and they truly did an amazing job. I would love to have you join me in one of my upcoming workshops and create along with us. Thank you so much for watching and supporting my creative journey. Happy crafting! Bye-bye!